Hog. Hog. What's so special about a Harley? RevelatorAlf. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you enjoying the channel and the series of videos. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below, and check out the website of RevelatorAlf.com. So in this video, I'm talking about your bike, or my bike, or anybody's bike. And let's say you've got a Harley. Should you compare it to another bike? Should you compare your bike to another Harley? Now, the reason why I thought I'd bring you this video is because lots of times in the comments section on all the videos that I make, you know, you get people commenting, you guys commenting, and somebody say, oh, well, it's not as good as my bike here, or my bike does this better, or I've got a new stage tuning on this and it does it better like that. The problem is, from my point of view, you should never really compare a Harley to another brand of bike, because they're kind of totally different. You can, let's say you can compare a sports bike with another sports bike, but even those are completely different. I'll give you an example. A few years ago, I went to test ride a whole series of 1 litre sports bikes. The Honda, the Yamaha, the Kawasaki, Ducati, I test rode, whichever one, Suzuki, of course, you know, all the main players. And some had their pros, some had their cons, some I felt more comfortable with, some I felt didn't feel comfortable at all. The Kawasaki was just a thrill ride, whereas the Honda was almost perfection, technologically perfection, but it was boring, okay? Or I found it boring as well. It was just too good. So you can't really compare even the same genre of bike with each other, because they all have their pros and cons. It all depends if it fits you as a rider, your style. You can even have the same rider on different bikes. Let's say pro riders, sports riders, you know, race bikes. And he can go for one manufacturer and he'll win everything. You go to another manufacturer and, you know, he'll be a dud. Remember Valentino Rossi when he went from Yamaha to Ducati? You know what happened there? And then, you know, he went back to Yamaha, and then Ducati started doing well again. You know, it happens to the best. There's so much about the rider on that bike if it's a fit. Now, it's the same with a Harley, okay? It's the same with any bike, really. Should you compare it to another bike? And this is open to you. You know, this is a discussion. What do you think? Can you compare a Harley with another bike? Well, I don't think you can. Certainly not a sports bike, certainly not a Japanese bike, certainly not any bike that's more technologically advanced and will go faster. There's just no point. So then you have to compare it with cruiser bikes from other manufacturers. Well, some of those are actually a lot better. Technologically speaking, they're a lot better. They just are. But they don't have the same sort of rawness, the same sort of the emotive feeling that this Harley gives you. You know, the Harley is kind of a throwback to, you know, riding from yesteryear. It's almost like bare bones. You know, you still feel the rumble, the vibrations. Whereas new bikes, like that Honda I told you about, it was just too good. It was boring. It was too safe. Fantastic bikes to ride, reliable as hell, brilliant, but just too good. And it kind of ruins that feeling that you get from riding. Now, when you compare a Harley with another bike, you're kind of doing both a disservice. The Harley is stuck in its own way, if you like, in its own genre. The new bikes, they're so far ahead or gone off in different directions. And they're totally different types of bikes and for different types of riders as well. So that's why I get a bit confused when people start comparing the Harley with another type of bike, because I just don't think you can. Of course you can. We all compare our bikes to other bikes. Of course we do. We say, yeah, that's a better ride or whatever. But I'm saying, you know, because there's such a big gulf in technology, or the way the bikes have evolved, that it just doesn't happen. You know, in my bike, you know, I did a speed test. You know, check out the video from a completely standard stock bike. Didn't do anything. Still had the limiter on it. You know, to go up to 110, then took the bags off and panniers off at 116. But the amount of comments that I got on it in saying, well, you know, if you did this bike and my bike's got stage 1 and everything. But that wasn't the purpose of the video. The purpose of the video was just to show you exactly what that bike will do, completely standard, completely stock, with it still limited, without any modifications whatsoever. So then if you start comparing it with other Harleys, for example, that not even Softails, or other Harleys that have had modifications done, you know, stage ups, whatever you want to call it, you know, whether it's exhaust, whether it's air filters, whether it's tuning, you know, it doesn't, you know, it's kind of a wasted discussion, because we can't really compare one with the other. You can only compare the exact same bike with another exact same bike, and if they've got exactly the same modifications, or if they're both standard. Otherwise, they're virtually completely different bikes. Now, all you can say is that one will go faster, whatever, this will ride better, so on and so forth. So if we're comparing performance characteristics or riding characteristics, yes. But if you're demonstrating one bike and say, well, my bike will do this better, but it's a totally different type of bike. So you can't really compare. On one hand, you can compare it, of course, because we all do. But on the other hand, it doesn't really make much sense. Am I off base here? Do you think I'm wrong here? If you've got a Harley, do you think that it should be compared to others? When others will say, yeah, that Harley's so slow, it's rubbish, whatever. You know, that won't go around a bend. It won't do this, it won't do that. It won't pull away from a light, just like, you know, my GSXR 1000. It won't go around the bend. You can't get your knee down. You can't really, you know, lean it over. Well, no, because it's a Harley. What do you expect? You know, you shouldn't be trying to compare your bike to other bikes, because they just never match. And, you know, you shouldn't be trying to compare the soulless vibe of another bike to your bike that's got all that whole emotive feeling. I've ridden all sorts of bikes. Sports bikes, adventure bikes, dirt bikes, naked bikes, street fight, but whatever sort of bike you want to think of. Custom bikes, you know, which I've built myself. This Harley is the only one that has given me a connection straight away. You actually feel it. There's a connection straight away. I've never had it with another bike. I've loved other bikes. I've loved riding other bikes. But this is the first one that's given me that feeling of being connected, of being part of that bike, of enjoying it and looking forward to get on that bike every single moment. And it's not, you know, a honeymoon period. You've gone way past that. This is just something that I know in my bones that this is the bike for me. And I don't know, maybe it's an age thing, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I wanted a different type of ride. But I'm not forcing myself to like the bike. It's a natural thing. And I never compare my bike to the bikes I've had before, and I never compare it to other bikes, because I know other bikes will be better in certain respects. And that's what I think you should be thinking too. But if I'm wrong, let me know. You know, let the haters start commenting. I don't mind. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm way off base, or let me know if I'm absolutely right. What do you think? Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below. Check out the website at RevelatorAlf.com, and don't compare your bike to other bikes. It's just not worth it. Ta-da.
RevelatorAlf.